Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat from Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios, and of course, probably one of the most popular guests we've had in quite some time, Anthony Leal, Bloomington South product, committed to the Indiana Hoosiers on Friday. Anthony, first of all, congratulations. I'm sure that's a great relief and a lot of excitement for you and your family.
Yeah, it's a surreal opportunity, and thanks again for having me.
Oh, anytime. You still there?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, I thought I lost you. But yeah, congratulations. Man, how exciting was this once you were able to make this announcement?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally a dream come true. It's something that I've been imagining and hoping for and working for since I was as little as I can remember. So for it to really become a reality is something that's really special for me and my family.
And you've worked long and hard for this. We all know that. But and being a hometown kid, it's kind of unusual because most people you play with aren't going to be from the hometown. I talked to Jordan Hulls, but he talked that there's a lot of unique aspects to being the hometown guy. So expect your teammates to come over for Christmas dinner and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean it's something that ultimately it's bigger than just being about myself. It's something about the entire community and not just me or my teammates, but it's just the opportunity to be able to impact so many people and a bunch of young people that are just like me growing up trying to make their dreams come true. It's just overall, it's just a really great opportunity for me.
And having talked to you previously, I know that what the things you just mentioned is very important to you. You're more about putting the limelight on other people, and you're to be commended for that. But when you talk about representing the community, how important is it to you? Because in essence, you are representing the city of Bloomington, and then I know that's kind of a heavy weight, but it's also kind of a cool opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's really no weight at all, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just trying to do what I feel like God has me on this earth to do, and at the end of the day, that makes everything a lot easier. But to be able to play for IU, and the fact that Coach Miller trusts me to represent not only myself but the university and the basketball program and the city of Bloomington as a whole on the national level is really an amazing experience and a great opportunity that's going to help me grow as a person and as a student and an athlete.
At the end of the day, what was it that swayed you toward Indiana?
Well, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I was at church a week or two ago, and I was just praying really hard, and eventually, it just kind of, I got this feeling in my stomach, and it was something that wouldn't really go away. So I gave it a few days to really make sure that this is what I wanted to do, make sure that this is the right fit and the right opportunity for me. And at the end of the day, it was nothing less than that. And it's something that's really going to, help my future and help, hopefully the future of a bunch of kids around me and stuff like that, just to be able to follow and try to do what I've done and making my dreams come true. But hopefully, they can be even more successful than I am.
Hoosier fans have made no bones about they love the fact of having Indiana kids on the Indiana University's basketball team. And you're part of a new wave. A lot of guys that are coming in, Trace Jackson, Joey Bronk, Trey Galloway, your AAU teammate. How important or how fun are you looking forward to that aspect of being such a unique group of so many Indiana kids on that program?
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was growing up. It's part of what I fell in love with, was just knowing that everybody that was on the team was going to take so much pride and passion in being able to wear that jersey. And I think that what Coach Miller's building with a bunch of local guys that are willing to do whatever it takes, and just sacrifice their body no matter what, and just, bring back some of that pride and passion that I fell in love with as a kid is something that's really special. And I think we've got a great kind of building block of a group of kids that are just willing to sacrifice whatever it is about them and their egos and all that kind of stuff, including myself, and just be a part of something bigger and hopefully have some success wearing that name across our chest.
I talked to Jordan Hulls. He's been on the show several times, but specifically about this. Is he someone that you, I don't want to say idolized, but definitely followed closely when he was playing in Indiana? Obviously, you were younger, but a Bloomington South product as well.
Yeah, I mean, I remember looking up to him and the passion and how hard he played with and his skill level ever since he was at South. And I remember just kind of kind of wanted to do what he's done, and so far I've had some decent success, I guess, as far as going to South in Bloomington and playing basketball, and then now with the opportunity to play at IU like he did. I think that it's really something special and a really great thing to be able to continue that tradition of a Bloomington kid being able to represent Indiana on the basketball court.
Well, being a great shooter, something that he's known for, and that's something that also has been following you around. That fills a huge void for Indiana. Indiana has not been the greatest of shooting teams here of late. Someone like you has definitely been needed. Are you looking forward to being able to step into that role and help them with that aspect of the game?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and that's part of what makes it such a great fit for me. Is just the ability to come in and provide a spark in shooting and scoring and defense and just playing as hard as I can. And at the end of the day, if I'm able to space the floor a little bit and be able to make the defense have to close out faster or give a little bit less help, it's going to make the teammates and the guys that are out there on the court with me a little bit better and help them get easier shots. So at the end of the day, it's gonna come full circle and hopefully, result in some wins.
So when you finally came to the decision that you knew where you were going to go, who was the first person that you told?
The first person I told was actually both of my parents. So I guess the first two people I told, but I told both my parents first, and then my sister. So it was something that began in the family, and then I told like my AAU coach, my high school coach, but I made sure to really make sure my family was on the same page as me, and they were the first people to know, because while I'm the one that gets all this publicity and all the kind of public stuff that everybody talks about, at the end of the day, they're the reasons that I'm able to do this kind of stuff. So being able to share the moment with them was something that I was looking forward to, and when the moment came, it was really special for us all.
And I know they would have been happy for you no matter what, and most people should have been happy for you no matter what. But the fact that you're going to Indiana, did that cause a little more excitement for them? I mean, they're going to get to see you play all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they grew up, obviously, well, they didn't grow up, but they went to IU. They were fans ever since then. They worked for the university, all that kind of stuff, and we grew up in this town, going to games and being frequent supporters of the Hoosiers. So at the end of the day, I'm sure it was a little more exciting for them to be able to know that their son was staying home and playing for the same school that they went to. But they definitely didn't, I guess, let me see that as much, because at the end of the day, it's about me. So they're really great about kind of staying reserved, I guess, to the point where I still feel like it's my kind of moment, but they're just always here supporting me no matter what.
What was Archie Miller's reaction when you let him know that you're going to be playing for the Hoosiers?
Yeah, him and Coach Ostrom were really happy, really glad to be able to take this next step. And I mean, it's a baby step as far as what we're hoping to accomplish together in the next 4 or 5 years at IU. But I mean, they were really happy and really glad that I was trustworthy in them, and that they were trustworthy in me, I guess, just to be able to come in and make an impact and be able to play for my dream school. It was great for me, and I know that they really expressed their excitement and their eagerness to get started as soon as we can.
And we talked before, obviously you played with Trey Galloway, a co-commitment going to the Hoosier, but you've also played with and against Trace Jackson Davis, Armand Franklin, those guys. Does that help make it a lot more seamless of a transition going to a school that with so many guys that you've played with or against?
Yeah, I mean, it will, and it's guys that I've had a prior relationship with, which is going to help. But what I think is really important is just that we all kind of grew up with the same impression of Indiana basketball, and we all kind of hope to bring it back to what it was whenever we were growing up. So I think that combination and a talented group of guys and guys that just really want to be Hoosiers and love Indiana, I think it's a recipe for something special that can hopefully be accomplished. If not in my 4 years, maybe in the next 4 years after that. If we're doing our job and building the building blocks of that, then we're going to be happy with the job that we accomplished in our time at IU.
And you mentioned watching the Hoosier teams of past that were filled with so many great players from the state of Indiana, and they obviously had a ton of success in postseason and things like that. That's got to be something that's a great goal of yours to help Indiana get back to that, as you've mentioned. But the reality of that, how much do you think you can contribute? How are you going to be able to contribute to help them get that program back to where it was in the heyday?
Yeah, that's the goal, and I really do think that within my 4 years, if not my 4 years, and hopefully shortly after. But I really think that we're going to be able to accomplish that kind of goal and, get to play for a Big Ten title and get to play for a Sweet 16 or something like that, just to be able to kind of revive that passion and that love for basketball that Indiana fans all over the place have fell in love with in the past. I think it's something that's going to be a daunting task for sure, but it's something that we're all really eager and excited for. So at the end of the day, I think that we're going to be able to hopefully at least take some pretty big steps in that direction.
And of course, your final season of Indiana of high school basketball coming up. That's going to be like a farewell tour for you. I mean, you're going to be loved in virtually every gym you go into, even by some of the opposition.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely going to be a cool little thing, but in reality, none of it really matters. Like I'm not doing it for any of that kind of stuff. As long as our team's getting wins and doing what we're supposed to do and getting better every day, and hopefully at the end of the season being able to compete for a state championship, that's what matters. Not whether I score 20 points or 6 points. It's just about having some team success and having fun, especially with a great group of seniors that I've grown with throughout the years of high school and before then. Just to be able to hopefully accomplish something like that is going to be really special, and it's our goal at the end of the day.
And the multiple conversations I've had with you, it's very obvious and apparent. You're very humble, you're very down to earth, and you're not about the me thing. You're about everybody else. How have you remained, being as successful as you have been? How have you been able to stay that grounded?
I mean, that's the easiest question you've asked me. But the way that I'm able to do that is just with God and just having His blessings and being able to pray with Him and just having His kind of guidance and His impact on my life, and just having my faith there has always helped me have the right priorities in life, and it's hopefully gonna impact and inspire other people to just always stay humbled and be about the group and always be looking to help out in something bigger than themselves, and that's ultimately the reason that I'm like that is just my faith.
And because of your mature mindset, it seems like pressure is almost something that may not exist for you. But is there any added pressure being a hometown kid going to Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be pressure, and there might be some pretty high expectations for me, especially being a local kid. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm doing what I feel like I'm meant to be doing on this earth and being able to go out there and just play as hard as I can, then there's really nothing else I can ask for, nothing else I can expect, because, as long as I'm giving it my all and doing what I can, that's hopefully going to be enough for those that truly care.
When it came down to it, how close was Stanford actually to being a place where you ended up? I mean, they're obviously a great place of academics, and they have success in athletics as well, but it's a faraway school. But how close were they to being in the picture?
I mean, they were really close. It was back and forth for a while there. I mean, I would go one day where I had this mindset where I was going to be, be a Hoosier. I had this mindset where I was going to be Cardinal and go out to Stanford. So, I mean, it was really close, and their coaching staff did a great job recruiting me, and I am thankful for that opportunity. But at the end of the day, what really made the difference and what really, kind of opened my eyes to priorities and perspective on what my situation is was just that prayer and just, having that connection and eventually feeling what I was doing is what I'm meant to be doing.
How happy are you to be done with this part of this process?
I mean, it's a surreal feeling, and it's super, I guess it's like a weight lifted off my shoulder, but at the same time, it's a new weight put on, like this is really just the beginning of it. And then the next, 5 years, because I got a year till I'm actually there, but then 4 years while I'm there, it's just the work's really only starting now, and I'm looking forward to getting better and doing what we can to win in high school and then at IU. Are
you going to be able to attend Hoosier Hysteria coming up in October?
Yeah, I mean that would be the plan. My sister's games will take priority, so whenever I can get to her games, that's what I'll be doing. But if I'm free and schedules match up, I'll try to get to Hoosiers area and as many games as I can throughout the season.
Have you thought about what it's going to be like that first time you have that Indiana jersey on and you walk out onto the Assembly Hall court with a full stadium of people?
I've tried to imagine it a couple of times, but I fail in my attempts at that because I know that at the end of the day when I walk out there, there's going to be nothing like that feeling. So I try to imagine it sometimes, but I'm just trying to. I mean, I'm going to wait for the time to come, and when it comes, it's going to be a life-changing moment and something that is going to stick with me forever.
Well, I can tell by the reaction on social media, you have made a lot of people happy, man. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to your family. I know it was a group effort. Everything's been a group effort with you, and congratulations. And I wish you the absolute best of luck in the upcoming basketball season. We'll be keeping track with you. We'll have you on again and see how the season's going. But congratulations, Anthony. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you for having me.
You betcha, man. Congratulations to you and your family. You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Anthony Leal with us here on Indiana Sports Beat. We'll be back with more right after this.